Good morning. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. How was your week? My week has been great, and I'm going to talk to you today about staying productive during this busy season because we know how hard that is, right? How hard it is to be productive when we have our life is already busy. But then on top of it, we have the holiday season and all of the responsibilities that come with that. So that's what we're going to be talking about this morning. And I'm super excited about that because I'm hoping the timing is perfect for you and it could shed some light in your schedule and how to be less stressful around that time. So I come to you every Friday morning at 8 o'clock to do tips and give you tips on planning for your week ahead. In the future, I think I'm going to be moving this live Facebook Live to around noon on a Friday. So I gives other people the opportunity to jump on and be part of it because I love sharing and having conversation around our topics. But for now, I think the next couple weeks I'm going to keep it at 8 because it's planned and scheduled in my calendar already. Because that's really important, right? Is to take the time and schedule what you need and what fills your life moving forward from there. So every Friday when I come, I bring my coffee mug because I collect coffee mugs. And they come and they mean, and I think they're such awesome conversation starters. So when people come to the house, they all get a different mug. Last week, I shared a mug that one of our friends brought to the house. So every time he comes, he could have coffee in his own mug. So today, I decided to use the Cardinal mug. The Cardinal is so special to me and to my husband. We actually have a tree, a Christmas tree that we put up that is all cardinals, the whole thing, and that's our tree, and they're all different cardinals, and it's beautiful. And what an amazing, gorgeous sight it is when you look out after snow has fallen and there's this beautiful red cardinal sitting out there on the snow. It's gorgeous. So this tells us a little bit, I have to put my glasses on for this one. Stand out in the crowd. Get out on a limb. Be bright spot in others' lives. Speak up. Be home before dark. Add color to your life. What great words of wisdom. It's advice from a cardinal. And it's so true, right? Is that when we get caught up in the busyness, we lose our voice because we're so busy being in the doing that we're not being in the being. Okay? So what are ways that we could switch things up, that maybe you could switch your mindset up a little bit about things during this time and then create it as a habit over the next 28 days or so until the holiday season is over after the new year. And then you could use these tips when you don't have as much extra going on, and just imagine for a second. I want you just to take a second and imagine how it would be if you didn't carry so much stress. Take a deep breath. And just imagine what that looks like. That you didn't get up in the morning and jump on that hamster wheel and just start your day. But you gave yourself some time just to be grounded in the moment. Share with yourself some gratitude around things that are truly amazing to you. Do this before you even get out of bed. I liked having my eyes closed. I love when I sit and I meditate or I pray or I'm in mass. I love having my eyes closed because it just grounds me and it takes everything out, all of the circumstances that are around me. It pushes it away and I could just be in the moment of my thoughts, listen to my heart. Excuse me. Or if you're listening to a meditation, just listening to yourself and listening to that meditation helps you stay grounded. Hey, Donna, how are you? I didn't see you pop on because my eyes were closed. So that's the first tip of being productive, right? Being productive is to sit silently with your eyes closed. So before you get out of bed, your eyes are going to be closed anyways, right? So just lay there and either sit up in bed or lay back and just have your eyes closed. Think what comes to your heart and be grounded in that moment and be thankful because now we've set the tone of, even if our day is really, really busy, crazy, and we have a lot of crazy circumstances coming at us, we still are starting our day on a positive foot. Every single time I do my 3 10-minute slots in the morning, and that's I pick 3 things that elevate me and keep me grounded, okay? 3 things in the morning, 10-minute slots. By that 30 minutes are over, I feel fantastic and I'm ready for my day. So think of that. What are those 3 10-minute slots? So that's number 2, 3 10-minute slots of something truly awesome that's going to get you through the day and feel accomplished, okay? It could be cleaning that drawer out in your closet. I just need to get that sock drawer done. Now I'm going to spend 10 minutes on doing that. And then through the day, you're like, oh, that's one less thing that's on your head, okay? That totally brings you down because you're constantly going back saying every time you go into that drawer, you go to grab something, you can't find what you need, and it just adds frustration. So pick it. What is it going to be? That's your challenge, one of your challenges, okay? To pick what is that 10-minute slot going to be that's going to fill your heart. So that's number 2 out of being more productive during this busy time. So, excuse me. I have my notes here so I didn't forget anything while I was going through this video. Conquer the alarm clock. All right? So tip number 3 is conquer the alarm clock. Now, a lot of people use the snooze button. Excuse me. And the thing is with the snooze button is every time we hit the snooze button, we take away 9 minutes of our morning, 9 minutes, and it's interrupted sleep. So if we want to get up at 6 o'clock, set your alarm for 6 o'clock. If you want to get up at 5:30, set your alarm for 5:30. Don't set your alarm for 5:30 knowing you're going to get up out of bed at 6, because now you've taken 30 minutes of this precious sleep and you made it all uninterrupted, right? It's all interrupted. So conquer the alarm clock. Set it for when you want to get up. Before you go to bed the night before, tell yourself the same routine the night before. Is just lay in bed. Just kind of be grateful for what the day brought you, right? Give thanks to who you give thanks to around things. And say to yourself, I'm going to have a great morning and I'm looking forward to waking up at this particular time. I've said this before. Our brain has 2 functions, and those 2 functions are is listen to what we tell it and then take action on it. So if we're so tired and we go to bed so tired, telling ourselves we're so tired, then that's going to follow through in our unconsciousness when we wake up in the morning. We're going to still be so tired. Do you ever find that you're just not rested? I mean, I know I go through those periods of time is that I just wake up and I just feel like I'm not rested. And normally that's because I have too much on my brain and I didn't download things to let me know that it's okay. Things get backed up. That's part of life. I mean, I'm learning as I get older, especially during this holiday season, that it always gets done. So that's like tip number 4, right? It always gets done. Yeah, we need to remember that. We always get the presents under the tree. We always go through our holiday, whatever holiday that you're celebrating. It always gets done. Hi, Amy. How are you? So that is the big thing to remember, is that if we look at everything and it's overwhelming. So one of the tips that I'm going to give to you to be productive and do things with your time that you want, and don't get caught up in the craziness of the busy, right? Be productively busy instead of crazy busy, is sit down and brain dump what you want to get done over the next, we'll say 20 days, okay? That's not a long period of time to get everything done that we want in that time. So our key is, what we need to do is to be productive during that time. And we're going to start with the productive. Now we're going into getting things done. So we're going to sit silently to ground ourselves, or lay silently in bed before we wake up in the morning, right? Then we're going to choose what are our 3-minute, 10-minute slots that we're going to focus on a daily basis to keep us in that positive mindset of gratitude and actually getting things done. Number 4 is we're going to conquer that alarm clock. We're going to set the alarm for the time that we want to get up, not tricking ourselves, because it doesn't work, tricking ourselves that we really want to get up at 6 and we set the alarm for 5:30 because we think that's what we want. So we got to be kind to our brain and not lie to it and say and really own it, okay? Number 4 is remember it always gets done. So have that mindset that it always gets done. And then from there, what we're going to do is you're going to brain dump everything that you want to get done in the next 20 days. Because it's what? December, or even say the next 30 days, because that will bring us through the new year. This will help. If we get it down on paper, once we get everything down on paper, now we could create an action plan of when we're going to get all of this stuff done. Okay? So getting it done, it always gets done, and do the brain dumping, right? And then we're going to create the action plan. And this is where you're going to take the time and decide, are you going to do it? There's the DEAR, and you could go out to my website and you could get the description of what DEAR is. Delegate, execute, automate, or recycle. So with that brain dumping list of everything that you feel needs to get done, you're going to look through that list and you're going to put it either a D for delegate it, meaning, you know what, you don't have to put up the tree by yourself, or you don't have to go Christmas shopping or by yourself, or you don't have to spend a lot of money, figure out what the budget is, really get grounded in what this season is all about. And I know I'm talking about Christmas, but there's so many other holidays around this time of year. Think of it within your holiday too, of what that is. Okay? So brain dumping your budget, brain dumping the things you need to get done. And then sit there and categorize it. Either you're going to delegate it to somebody else, you're going to execute it yourself. And hold on to that, because if you're going to execute it yourself, we got to put that in an action plan, okay? We're going to delegate, execute, automate something. Maybe it's Christmas cards. Maybe instead of doing them yourself, you do something else, some other service that does them for you. And you could do the personalized side of it, of creating them, and then they mail them for you. Maybe you have children. You could get them involved in Christmas cards. That would be the delegating. So you got the automating that somebody else could take care of it. Or the delegate, you know, like a service could automatically get it done for you, or you delegate it to somebody else to do. You don't have to do everything. Even though I know me, I like things done a certain way. And I'm learning that taking a step back, my way, believe it or not, I'm going to say it, my way isn't the only way that things could get done right. There, I confessed. I confessed it. Do you ever feel like that? I mean, if you do, give me a heart or a thumbs up around that, because this is a big part of being productive and not being always busy and wearing the badge of honor that we can do it all. And we're the only ones that could do it. Okay? So I've learned that, especially this year. Our youngest is 13 now. I can't believe that. And she wanted to do the mantle, decorate the fireplace mantle. I've always done that, and I have a certain way that I like the way it looks, right? So, but I had to go off to a meeting, and she said, Mommy, I want to do the mantle. I was like, okay, here we go. Right? So, and I left. I came back. The mantle was cute. Was it what I would have done? Probably not. I'm one of a lot of stuff when I'm decorating, right? I like a lot of moving parts, a lot of textures, a lot of different things on the mantle. And it was very sparse. And Michael said to me, I said, oh, she didn't. And he said, stop. Stop. So I allowed her to do that. And you know what? She was glowing when I came home. She was glowing. She was so proud of herself that she did that. And she was waiting for me to give my approval, which was sweet. But we talked about that too, is like, if you love it, own it. Don't wait for somebody else to say yes. It's okay. Just do it. So this year, that was my lesson, is I let her decorate the mantle and put the stockings up this year. So it just worked out perfectly. It helped me take a step back. So really, delegating is a really beautiful, and it helps other people be involved in good things, right? And then the R is recycle, meaning, is it really something that you need to get done over the next 30 days? Is that, I don't know, does the garage really need to be cleaned out over the next 30 days? If it doesn't, and it could wait, then don't even put that on your list, because it just it bogs you down in the crazy busy and not the productive busy, okay? So once you have gone through that, and like I said, go out to my website under powerful-purpose.com, under the resource section, you could download what that deer is, and it'll email it to you so you could figure out how it works. The other thing that I'd love to give to you, and I'm going to put this in the comments field, so excuse me while I type this over here, is I want you to be able to get this free resource that I have. Oh, I typed it wrong. I have two screens up here because I am, so excuse me for a second. Well, I am recording this on Zoom, so I could go ahead and, I think that's what it is, powerful-purpose.com. Yeah, there it is. Go ahead out and get that free ebook that I wrote, and it's 6 tips to stay on track, right, to reach your goals. And there's different pieces in there that will be very helpful for you during this busy time. Some of the stuff, like writing a letter to yourself, just read the description. I'll go over that in another Facebook Live. But what I want you to use in those tools is that there's an action plan. There's DEAR is in there. There is a month at a glance. There's 4 weeks of my planner in there, so you could actually utilize the planner to create it into an action plan. And there's brain dumping in there. So really awesome tools to help you during this busy time and to be more productive. And if there's any questions out there, please let me know, because I always love to have conversation. As you can tell, I could talk forever, but because I truly love what I do. And working like this, and also working with my clients and helping them find what makes them productive in their lives and showing up as the best version of themselves with confidence and no guilt is exactly what I do. And I get to do that every day now. How beautiful is that? So for today, I'm going to just do a quick recap on the tips to stay productive versus busy during this time. And the first one is to lay, in the morning, be silent. Either get up and sit up and just take a couple of deep breaths, close your eyes, and just say to yourself all the things that you're grateful for to start that day off, okay? Either sit up in a nice comfortable chair and do this, or lay in bed and just keep your eyes closed and take a deep breath. You'll find that in itself is such a relaxing tool to come back to during your crazy day, okay? The second thing is pick your 3 10-minute slots. 3 things that you want to get done, and you could tailor them for the season, okay? So if this is really busy for you, maybe one or two of those 10-minute slots are wrapping gifts before the house is up, okay? But make sure one of those 10-minute slots are truly for you. And either that's reading, listening to music, meditating, doing some spiritual reading, something that's stretching, something that's going to help you, okay? Ground you in your mental and spiritual and physical space, okay? So important. The third thing was to conquer your alarm clock. So by conquering your alarm clock, set it for the time that you actually want to get up and don't try to trick yourself around it, okay? Be consistent with your wake up time, even if it's on the weekends. Try to be consistent around that. I know my friend Donna, who I think is still on, always worked third shift. So that always amazed me, how she was able to shift while the world was going on, and she was able to really generate, a healthy lifestyle around that. And that takes a lot of discipline and mindset. So kudos to you. But conquering that is really important. And in that alarm clock thing, I could do a whole talk just on the alarm clock, is once it goes off, just like with that snooze, wake up, okay? Wake up and have that healthy routine ready for you. And then before you go to bed at night, make sure that you just ground yourself in a great day that you had. Release any circumstances that might have gone on throughout the day. Let them go. It is what it is, okay? And tomorrow's another day. So ending it with positivity and starting with positivity. The other thing that would be tip number 4 is it always gets done. As long as I could remember, it's always got done. Everything always gets done. The baking, anything that's on your brain dump, it gets done, because especially this year, and you're going to do it with a deep breath, because you're going to unload everything you need to be done, get done, and you are going to take the time and create that action plan by going out either to the website and downloading that dear, or go ahead and get that free giveaway, that ebook that I wrote, and use that as a tool to make this season great. Make this season what it's supposed to be, the reason for the season. And the reason for this season is not to be crazy busy, cranky, overtired. No, it's to enjoy. Take a step back, deep breath, and enjoy the season. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Have an amazing, blessed day and weekend. See you next Friday for another tips on planning your life the way you want it to be. Take care and God bless.